Hey, welcome back to Pirate Solutions. My name is Bill. Doing kind of the same thing today. A little bit of milling. Finishing up an order. The order that I finished to the big pine slabs the other day. If you didn't watch that video, check it out. Testing out this new roller guide setup on the mill. And I took a bunch of that order up to the slab dealer today, and he wanted the rest of what I had. I guess he says that because of the cost of the pine slabs, he's really blowing through them. And this guy's got everything from mahogany to hickory to walnut to birch to every kind of maple, every kind of hardwood there is. He's got it all kiln dried. He's got a great warehouse. His name's Thatcher at Plymouth Live Edge. He's in Pembroke, Massachusetts. And I was going to, like I said in the last video, I was going to cut the remainder of this max slab for the HD36 version 2 into 2x6s because it's just a shade over 7 inches thick. And he said he wants the rest of it in 2-inch slabs. So I'm cutting 2-inch slabs there. We've got a couple of 2s up on the sawhorses here, and he wants those 2 3-inch slabs right here. Give you a good look at how that mill was cutting on these big wide cuts. Really did a super job. Cut them nice and flat, fairly smooth. You know, a couple little chatter marks here and there, probably most of the time where I had to stop because I ran into something on the slab cut and had to widen out. But I'm going to run a little bit of a different band today. So I'll show you what I normally run. As you guys know, I like to run Silvertip Turbo 7s, which is a Wood Miser product. I get them from Days Sawmill. I'm going to order some from Joe Main just because everybody seems to be doing it. So if you look at the tooth pattern on these, you see how long that straight is on that tooth? And this is the band I was running the other day, and it's still sharp. It's actually, the burr's worn off, but it's still sharp. So you can see how straight and long on the Turbo 7 the tooth is. So here is a saber tooth band from Norwood. If I get it in focus, and you can see they're raked over at 7 degrees, but they got a much more of a radius in the corner there. And what I think is, these might, the saber tooth bands might run a little less aggressive on these big ones. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm getting decent cuts, but it's stressing out the mill. So I want to run this band. It's a fresh resharp, and that I sharpened and actually repaired. This one hit something, so a bunch of blue marks on it. You can see that I get out the whole gullet, so my rock profile makes them into the profile that they are. And we're going to go ahead and run with this one. This is one of the ones that I had to repair. I did fill up with fuel. I think I'm all ready to go, and hopefully we're not going to get any noise out of this freaking clutch. So like I said in the other video, my clutch was starting to make noise, and that worries me because this is a new clutch. The other clutch was making noise and banging into gear, and didn't really exactly know why. I just ordered a new one since they're only 80 bucks. And this one's kind of making the same kind of noise a little bit. Not the same, but a little bit. It seems like it's just starting to. So we're going to run it. We're going to see. Hopefully, we only got, I think, a couple of cuts to do here on this log. And then I'm going to go over to my customer pile where I have logs in the customer pile that need to be milled. Hopefully, we're going to find out if this saber-tooth band needs to be tracked. Hopefully, it doesn't. It just goes right on right where it's supposed to be. And So far with these roller guides, I've been ridiculously happy with how simple everything is to just plug and play versus the ceramics. All right, so half, half, 2, half, 3, half, 4, half, 5, and a third. That's where I run my bands. Looks like the gullets are lining up perfect. No problems anywhere. Nice and smooth. Both the roller guides are rolling great. So the outset here looks great. I'm not going to put my blade guard on because I think I need the width. You do get a little bit of width taking that off and taking out the screw that hold it, because it bumps into the underneath of this cover right here. So if you take it off, you get a little bit more width, and I think we're going to need it. We are going to find out about this clutch. One thing's for sure, just running the Pine Sol and the Dawn dish soap has been keeping it perfectly clean. Bands come off perfectly clean. It's been great so far. So I'm going to get you guys set up. And I think what I'm going to do, now it might be a little bit of an audio issue, but I think for these 3 cuts, I'm going to run you guys not on my regular audio, or on my mic audio. And I'll tell you why. Because I want you to hear the mill, and I want you to hear any of the noises it's making and stuff like that. So I am going to pause you guys, take my audio off, and if I have to say anything, I'll come over here. You won't be able to hear me talking down there or anything like that while the mill's running, but you'll be able to hear the mill run, and I think it's important to do that, especially to kind of gauge the roller guides and to hear the sound it makes, and to let's see how this resharp band cuts. I don't really see any issues with the log other than a little bit of dirt on the way out here. So let's get to it. I'm going to pause you guys, take you off audio, and the next time you come on, we'll push that thing back, fire it up, and let you hear it when it runs. Hopefully we don't run into anything. Hopefully we're clear the whole way. All right, so we're ready to roll off audio, and you'll be able to hear the mill. You'll be able to hear the noises that the band makes. These are max width cuts for this mill, in pine with a resharp saber tooth, and let's go at it and see what happens. Guys, you get to see a first for me. You get to see a first for me. I'm going to show you. I can't even believe I did it. Then I tried to push through it and wrecked it even worse. You get to see a first for me. I run right into my log dog. Both of my stops are out of the way, and I ran right into the log dog. right in the side of it. So I'm gonna pause you guys. I'm gonna have to do a band change. Gotta get that out. It was probably wrecked that band. It was cutting flawlessly. That really sucks. And I'm sorry, I apologize. It was cutting flawlessly. It was, oh, the pressure was so nice. It was cutting nice and smooth. That sucks. So, beat a hatchet into the kerf, take my hammer, see if I can pull it out, do a band change, and I'll throw on another saber tooth. I got a couple of them sharpened. And we'll get her back in there. I'll bring you back when I get back. All right, well, so I hope that wasn't a precursor of things to come. New band on. I got my log stop out of the way. And I'm going to feather it into the cut. I already got it sitting in the cut right now. Another saber tooth band. I'll feather it into the cut. It's a resharp 2, one that I just repaired from the 0 degrees over to the 7. We'll get it pulled forward and we'll cut this thing out, and hopefully I don't make a mess of that cut. Hopefully it just kind of tracks itself right in. I'm going to kind of feather in with the blade spinning nice and slow until I get to where I started. Or where I stopped. So you can see, hopefully, the guides were just rubbing on this side going by. So it was max width cut. Can't get any more out of the mill. This is as big a cut as you can make in pine. That band cut great. See how the cut looks on it after I get the slab off. And then we'll just have one more to make. And the next one we should not have any clearance issues, which would be good. At least I don't think so. And the only spot there should be anything is where I stopped here and had to restart. Overall, it's a pretty good cut. Get this big slab up here, and it's going to go on the pile afterwards. Let me clean up this slab and give you a look at it. This band was not set, it was just sharpened. Seems to have done a fairly decent job. Wouldn't say it's perfect by any means, but it's really good. Kind of give you a look at the slab. Maybe I'll come around the other side so you not get the sunshine shining on it like that. This side, it'll show you the shadows, so if you see anything, you'll be able to see if there's any imperfections. There's a couple imperfections, like this could have needed to be set, but I mean nothing serious. It's pretty good cut overall. It's pretty good cut, pretty smooth. And what we'll do now is we're going to make our last cut. Get this one off here and see if we have anything else to talk about. And we'll call this one a catastrophe for wasting a blade. But again, I'm going to leave the audio off so you can hear. Looks like pretty much everything tapers in, so I should not have any clearance issues. Everything's down. So yeah, just make this one more cut and we'll check them out and see what we think. Almost able to go as fast as I wanted there. I'm going to pause you guys and put my audio back on before I show you these. I'll pause you. All right, so I think the audio's on because it doesn't say so when you do it this way, but I think it worked last time. So we're going to just pull this slab off and check it out. Leave you guys back here while I pull them off. I don't know if it'll help somebody maybe figure out how to pull slabs off or not. These are, I'll measure them in a second. I'll tell you right now. Write the size on the top of these just so I'll average it out. That's 29, 27 and a half, 27. It's 26 here, 28, 27. I'm going to call it 27 by 2. Write it on here so I can get the board feet afterwards. So it's 27 by 2 inches thick by 129, 10'9". That way I can calculate out the board feet easily. And the one that I just took off would do the same thing with this one. Yeah, you can see me. 27 and a half, 27, 28, 28. We will call this one, just looking at it, 27 by 2 by 129. So one thing I do know is when you hear that blade screeching, I'll show you what that usually does for a pattern on the cut. When it screeches like that, usually it creates a weird washboard pattern. I'll clean this one off and show it to you. So in the beginning, when I first started, it was kind of making that screeching noise. Cut nice and flat. It's like no waves in it. You can tell there's a wave right here. It's a teeny wave right here. But it cut nice and flat overall. And I'll show you what that looks like when that screeching happens. Don't know exactly why or what's causing it. So if you see right there, if you can see that washboard action, see it like in the beginning right here? That right there. That's what happens when it screeches like that. But overall, for the rest of it, it's a pretty nice cut. Nice big fatty. So for the sake of not making this video 9,000 hours, I think I'll call this one a video right here. Get these slabs put away. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to pull up I think I'm going to pull up an oak log, another customer log. I don't know whether I'm going to do that or whether I'm going to clean up. It's one of the two. And start over fresh tomorrow. I will end up keeping those older saber-tooth bands like that one. That one's probably been sharpened 3 or 4 times. And it cut good. It cut max width. It cut fine. I think I'm going to end up saving that for kind of a dirty log band. Maybe we'll run it in the oak. We'll see what we get. But if I decide what I'm going to do here, and I pull up another log, I'll shoot another video. I do know that I have a piece of walnut down there in that pile that can at least have 1 board taken out of it. Maybe even 2 if I cut it short. So my tendency is to want to clean up a little bit, get some of these slab cuts out of here. I've got this big 1-inch flitch cut down here, pine flitch cut right here, and what I'll end up doing is I'll end up putting that on top of these so they're not sitting in the sun, and as kind of like a sacrificial piece. So I'll put that one up here. I don't know what I'll do with those 2 yet. These are kind of small for him, so I think I'll just bring him these, and I'll keep these. So these will go back in the pile over there. I'm almost out of diesel fuel, so I got to make a big fuel run tomorrow for the Bobcat, and I'm out of gas for this. So I got to fill up all my cans, get the Bobcat filled up, and maybe just make a whole day of it tomorrow. It's beautiful out today. It's like 70 degrees, pretty light wind. But it is getting late because I had to make that run up to Pembroke. It's about say an hour each way from here, so almost, you know, with going up there and dropping off and shooting the shit with them, it's a 3 hour round trip. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think really the moral of the story is that when I test this stuff and do this stuff, I want you guys to see everything, and I'll show you as much as I can so that you can identify things that go wrong with your situations as it happens to me. And hopefully I can show you some, you know, what goes on and what happens, so you can figure your way through it same way I figure my way through it. So I think that's going to be it for today, and I appreciate the watch. And for now, this Pirate Solutions out.